Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my group reading to explore Mercury Retrograde. On October 14th, we're going to be heading back into Mercury Retrograde. On the good side, it is the last time in 2020 that we are going to see Mercury go into this, astrological phenomenon. Mercury will be in retrograde till about November 3rd. These, a little over 2 weeks can be a bit of a challenge because our communication is so impacted. And it's not just our verbal communication, it's all forms of communication. That technological challenge, the barriers and obstacles that we have for understanding each other and being able to express what we need and what needs to happen. This is, of course, a challenge. However, Mercury retrograde is a challenge. It can be a bit of a bear. However, at the same time, because we have to slow down, we have to really think about what's happening, we have that opportunity to experience and learn. Mercury retrograde offers us a great deal of wisdom and some amazing energies that we can tap into. I've said it before in past readings and videos. We can use those obstacles as stepping stones, and that's exactly what we're going to look at. When we look at Mercury retrograde as a stepping stone, we can embrace that knowledge, that guidance, and some of those opportunities that only Mercury retrograde can offer us. So that's what we're going to look at in this reading, how we can use this time more wisely and to our advantage. The decks I went with for this reading, I had to go with the Dark Wood Tarot and of course Energy Oracle. These are fantastic decks and I think really encompass that Mercury retrograde energy, and we'll share those messages well. The selections I have for you this week, my friends, I've got the Tiger Iron, I have the Smoky Quartz, and the Black Obsidian. I want you to choose whichever crystal resonates with you the most right now, and then head below to my description box below and you'll find timestamps there. Click on the correlating timestamp to your crystal and it'll take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there, my friends. Hello and welcome, my Black Obsidian friends. This reading is especially for you. Without further ado, let's see what Mercury retrograde has to share with my Black Obsidian friends. What wisdom, insight, guidance, and support does Mercury retrograde have for my Black Obsidian friends? The Five of Cups. What a fantastic card. I know that many people struggle with the fives. They're a challenge card. They challenge our beliefs, our thoughts, and, our viewpoints. The Five of Cups talks about how we've been focusing in on aspects and pieces that aren't high vibrational. They don't have that meaning and connection that we'd hoped they had. Things have fallen through, things have gotten messy, and they're not working. We've had our blinders on, and we're missing key elements and points that would bring in that fulfillment. It would help clean up some of this mess, possibly turning over some of these cups so that they're more of a support. rather than a challenge and a hindrance. Mercury Retrograde offers us these two cups, that guidance and that connection, helping us out of this kind of stuck, messy situation and place that we're finding ourselves. The Seven of Cups. Not as challenging or hard to deal with as the 5. The 7, we're looking at that victory. That 7, of course, with some work, some determination, we're going to achieve and be victorious over that challenge that we're facing. Now, the 7 of Cups is also known as the 7 Deadly Sins card. There are aspects and pieces of our current situation that are going to be very supportive for us. Others, they're going to find that challenge, that misdirection, and that stagnation. With guidance and support, we're going to be able to thin the veil of illusion that we find ourselves in. It's brought on by some of this instability and uncertainty of what we're doing. That guidance, that support, it's going to be essential to connecting into those two cups, that direction, and figuring out which of these cups holds a sin or holds a blessing for you and your path. The 4 of Pentacles. Now, 4s in tarot, we're looking at that stable foundational number. And we're going to need that stability to deal with that veil of illusion and this stagnation that we're finding ourselves in. With some grounding, some stability, we're going to be able to easily connect in to what we need to, what will be helpful. That foundation, that support will bring in that growth that we've been hoping for, that we've been striving for so long, yet we haven't seen any results that we've been hoping for. Making sure that we're functioning from that grounded, stable space will go a long way in understanding where we need to go and what we need to do. A couple of weeks ago, I brought out a meditation in my Just You and Me series where I looked at that stability. It was a guided meditation helping you find that centered, stable space within ourselves. It's important that we have that safe, stable space to function from. We need to revisit it and revitalize ourselves, rejuvenate ourselves enough to move forward. And then last week, I also brought out another visualization where I focused in on grounding. Gave you another visualization that you can access to support yourself in that grounding. I provided a link to my playlist for my Just You and Me series so that you can access these free and easy and somewhat quick meditations to help you with these essential pieces. I was told that my friends, my students, and my clients would need added support through October to truly embrace what October was going to share with them. So you're going to find that I'm going to add on more tools to this playlist so that you can strengthen and sharpen some of these tools and abilities that we have. We naturally have them, we just need to strengthen them a bit. The Page of Swords. That playful, inquisitive energy of the page that childlike, innocent energy, added in with that knowledge set of the sword. Both are going to be very vital for embracing what Mercury Retrograde is offering you and, well, accessing it and utilizing it to our advantage. Mercury Retrograde is offering you an amazing opportunity to, well, reconnect into that path, find that fulfillment, that meaning in our journey. Many of us are feeling lost and somewhat stuck. Many of us have that hopeless energy. We need to get ourselves out of this funky, low vibrational sadness and fear modality and embrace some amazing high vibrational energy and wisdom that is, well, right behind us. It's right there for our taking. We just need to embrace it. Through taking care of ourselves, through using past knowledge. It's not our first time that we've been stuck. We have felt this hopeless energy around us. We've been able to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, shake it off, and move forward. Going back and using those same skills, that same knowledge, in a new, more creative and helpful manner will help us connect in to what we're supposed to be connecting into. Receive that guidance that we so desperately need right now, and help us get unstuck. Get ourselves going in a more fulfilling way. October offers us an amazing opportunity to connect in to that high vibrational energy to passed on loved ones as the veil thins. Again, using that to our advantage, combining it with past knowledge, past skills that have helped us, and using that to overcome the messiness that we're dealing with. Death, the 13th card in the Major Arcana. It's a transition card, it's a release card. This is a time where we can transition from that stuck muckiness to something that is more supportive, more fulfilling, and most importantly, more abundant. It's up to us to release what isn't working, getting ourselves unstuck, allowing aspects that aren't serving us to be released. And an easy way to do that is focusing in on aspects and pieces that are going well, that you find that joy, you find that connection, that fulfillment. Focusing in and giving those aspects your energy, your time, and your attention. Hyper-focusing in and wallowing in what isn't working won't help. It will actually get you more stuck. So much so that you're going to find that the tower will come in to degunk and, well, spur you forward. Mercury Retrograde is trying to spare you that heartache, that pain, by giving you that opportunity to connect in to aspects and pieces that are currently in your life that we're not focusing in on, that we're not giving our time and energy. When we focus in on what's going right, these aspects, these pieces, will start to shine more brightly. And we can use our communication skills with those higher vibrational beings that really aren't impacted by Mercury Retrograde. It's our ability to pick up those messages and understand them. That's the problem. But taking it one step at a time, confirming and reconfirming as we need, and taking those strong, small, steady, progressive steps forward. Getting away from this and embracing this. That's what's going to help us move forward. And we're going to be able to use Mercury Retrograde, like I said, as that stepping stone. Getting out of the stuck and embracing what is to come. Let's go on and end off with some blessings. What blessings do Mercury Retrograde have for my Black Obsidian friends? Third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. I've said this in the past. I don't really feel that Archangel Chamuel is, well, he's not an archangel that I associate with my solar plexus chakra, which is your third chakra. Archangel Chamuel is the archangel of self-love and self-healing, which is going to be a vital piece for kind of getting ourselves unstuck, finding that motivation to move forward. When we feel kind of heavy, we feel a little bit hopeless, and that depression is, well, creeping in. Now, don't get me wrong, you're going to need both. You're going to need Archangel Chamuel, and you're going to need your third chakra. That solar plexus chakra is going to give you that courage and determination to, well, get unstuck, to release what isn't working. We need that willpower, that conviction to release and move forward. Our ego isn't going to just sit by idly to allow us to do this. It's going to fight us. It's going to amplify this heartache, this fear, so that we don't move forward, that we don't embrace what's right behind us. And Archangel Chamuel, like I said, that self-love, it's going to be vital for us to move forward. We can't get away from this hopelessness and depressive state without that fulfillment. You can move someone forward or help them move forward in their journey, but if they're disconnected and dissociated from what you're doing and who you're interacting with, you're not going to find that fulfillment. We need that fulfillment to engage, to find that hope, that light, that love, raising our vibration and helping us, well, get to those opportunities that we're looking for, that are going to bring in more abundance, more joy, and help us shift out entirely of what we're dealing with. So Archangel Chamuel can help us reconnect in and love ourselves, even though we're struggling. It's been months ago that I did a meditation with Archangel Chamuel. And this meditation is fantastic in working on that self-love and healing. Another meditation that will help you with this connection in and fulfillment would be a meditation that I did with Archangel Zadkiel. Again, fantastic archangel that's going to help us with forgiveness. Forgiving ourselves for what we did or didn't do in creating this situation and getting ourselves stuck. Forgiveness is a huge step in healing self and loving self. Again, I'll have a link below and above to my Archangel playlist so you can easily get to that Archangel meditation that you want to connect in and use right away or, well, revisit. Man holding a coin. Like I just said, that fulfillment, that's going to be there. It's going to help you get to those opportunities and to that abundance. We will not find abundance in the path that we're leading right now, not the way it's, flowing. Pieces and aspects, like I said, may be connected in. Goes back to the Seven of Cups, right? There are pieces and aspects that are going to support us. Others, they're going to cause stagnation and misdirection. We need to be open to that guidance, to understanding what skills, abilities, pieces, and aspects are going to serve us. That with some creativity and nurturing, we can turn them over, and they're going to support us in this adventure rather than cause stagnation and hindrance. It's going to be up to us to do this work and shift things as we need for our greater good. And then finally, the sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron. So your sixth chakra is your third eye, and that's going to be an important piece for you. It helps us work with our clairs, helps us understand and receive those messages better. We're able to see those messages and symbols hidden in plain sight. We need to strengthen and work with our skills and our abilities. We're going to be using our third eye more as that veil thins. We'll have a better understanding, and we're going to be able to connect into these messages more clearly because the veil is thinning. They're going to be more obvious. It's like a little beacon. So we're going to be using our third eye, especially over Mercury Retrograde, as it extends and goes through the thinning of the veil. The veil starts to thin in the middle of October, and it hits that high point on October 31st. And then it starts to solidify and return back to normal as we head into November. It's not a one night or one day shot. It is a piece that starts to naturally thin, and then it goes and thickens and solidifies back to its normal state into November. We can utilize this time to our advantage, strengthening our abilities, our skills, and being open to those messages, that guidance to where we need to go. Now, Archangel Metatron isn't one I usually connect in with my third eye. It's actually my crown chakra, or in some people, if you're working from that fifth dimensional 12th chakra system, your gateway chakra. He helps us connect into our path, guide us forward, and inspire us. Guide us to those two cups, to get us to that gateway, to get us to that next step and next phase. We're going to find that amazing abundance, that much needed fulfillment and joy. It's up to us to put in that hard work and be very victorious. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and that you're able to gain some insight and direction into what Mercury Retrograde is going to offer you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing healing and insight is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page. And I know lots of people have them. And of course, I've got lots of tiers and tons of perks. And of course, we're looking at free readings and healings with me. Additionally, I have a Patreon exclusive library of videos to support those who support me. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Black Obsidian friends. Hello and welcome, my Smoky Quartz friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what Mercury Retrograde has to share with my Smoky Quartz friends. What wisdom, insight, guidance, and knowledge does Mercury Retrograde have for my Smoky Quartz friends? The Hanged Man, the 12th card in the Major Arcana. He's the let it go guy. And we do need to let some stuff go. People are going to say and do things, and we're going to react from that ego-centered space. It's not going to end well. There's going to be a lot of arguments and conflict for us. We need to let go of some of that control. It's false. It's not serving you. And be open to what's truly being said. What that person is trying to tell you. And, well, no one's skills are going to be working and functioning from the greatest standpoint. They're going to be impacted and limited by Mercury Retrograde. Slowing down and checking in. Is that what you meant? This is what I heard. When we let go of that gut reaction and we start functioning from that higher vibrational, higher cognitive level of critical thinking and reflection, we're going to get to where we need to go with little and minimal resistance, giving us that opportunity to experience all that this beautiful October has in store for us, and, well, bask in that fulfillment and that abundance. The Six of Cups. Now, sixes are about balance and harmony. Now, the Six of Cups, we're looking at that reflection. We're looking at those past experiences. The Six of Cups is that reminiscing card. This isn't our first Mercury Retrograde, nor will it be our last. Maybe the last of 2020, well, 2021, there's a new one coming. We've been able to, well, succeed and overcome challenging points in our lives. We need to focus in on those same skills, those abilities that have helped us to overcome these challenges, overcome the countless Mercury retrogrades that we've lived through, knowing or not knowing they existed. Those skills, those abilities, those tools that have helped us over challenges are going to continue to help us. We may need to be creative with how we're using them and adapt them for our current situation. However, in this lifetime and past, we have overcome many challenges, and we have the ability to overcome what we're facing right now. The Knight of Cups. Knights, of course, are that adolescent, no fear energy. And we really need that no fear energy right now. There's a lot that we're dealing with. A lot of things that are going to intimidate and, well, scare us. We need that courage, that determination, and that no holds barred attitude of the adolescent knight. We also now have two cups. That intuitional connection, that guidance it's going to be key. We need that higher vibrational support team more than ever. 2020 is continuing to add a lot of curveballs, and, well, Mercury Retrograde is going to start to add in added challenges. That support, that guidance, it's going to be really helpful to overcome those challenges. Now the cup, we're looking at that intuition and emotion. We need to give people the benefit of the doubt. Believe that they're coming from that heart-centered, caring space. Reacting in that gut reaction and assuming in those quick judgments are going to add to that conflict, to that strife, and adding even more challenges in than what we're already dealing with. Taking that breath, knowing that they're going to come in from that heart-centered space, well, takes the edge off a bit. Then reaching out for guidance and using those critical thinking skills, that reflection, checking in. All the while ensuring that you're caring for you and them. We want to strengthen our relationships. We need connections. We need connections in varying degrees of intimacy. And the ones that are most important and most intimate, well, unfortunately, they're the ones that are going to be, well, bashed around the most by Mercury Retrograde. We have a tendency not to use that reflection and critical thinking when we're working with our family and friends that are really close to us. They're the ones that we need to nurture and care for the most right now, because they too are struggling just as we are. The Four of Swords. I just said we needed to take care of ourselves. I love it when my cards reconfirm what I just said. Of course, fours, we're looking at that foundational, stable number. Swords, we're looking at that knowledge. The Four of Swords talks about the need for that rest, that rejuvenation. Kind of gives us that little siesta before we have to do something big and grand. When we take care of us, we are strengthening ourselves, giving ourselves that boost so that we can take on that challenge. And we can take on that challenge in Mercury Retrograde. This rest, this rejuvenation, it's something that we need to keep bringing back into our lives and into our everyday, especially as 2020 goes on and Mercury Retrograde really catches into full swing. That caring for self, working on and healing ourselves will go a long way in overcoming those challenges of right now and in the future. There are many ways that we can care and rejuvenate ourselves. It's what's meaningful and connects in most. I have a number of playlists that have meditations that are going to support you with added tools and healing. I have just put in and started to beef up my Just You and Me meditation series for October, because October has many opportunities and blessings that we just need to be open to. Those tools, they're going to help us. 2 weeks ago, I did a meditation on, well, centering and stabilizing ourselves. We'll go a long way in letting go and using that frontal cortex of our brain. Letting go and, well, using more aspects of our brain to assess and reflect on what we're dealing with. Last week, I did a meditation on grounding. Again, a really essential tool when it comes to letting go, reflecting in, and, well, rejuvenating self. These are fantastic meditations. They're quick and they're free. You can visit and revisit them as much as you need. It's what's going to work for you and what's meaningful for you, where you're going to find that rejuvenation, that revitalization, to strengthen you, to have the courage to let go. And finally, Judgment, the 20th card in the Major Arcana, and it's their connection in, that guidance. The original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew, she had Archangel Gabriel trumpeting a horn, sounding that call, giving that guidance. And like I said earlier in this reading, that guidance, that support from the high vibrational support team is going to be essential. It'll help to give us direction. It'll help to strengthen and rejuvenate us. Asking for the help that we need and giving them permission to help guide and support us. Remember, high vibrational beings cannot break that law of free will, not unless your life is in danger. We're not looking at our life being in danger. We're looking at our life being more challenging. We need to ask for that help and be open to it. A number of months ago, I did a meditation with Archangel Gabriel, and we worked on this communication and this guidance. Again, a super easy, free meditation that you can use to your advantage. I have a link below to both these amazing playlists in the description box, and I've had little pop-ups come up on the screen so that you can easily reach these links and tools that will support you. Judgment, Archangel Gabriel, they want to share those messages, that guidance, on not only how to overcome Mercury Retrograde, but giving you direction to that path that will bring in that fulfillment and that abundance. Again, letting go of some of those preconceived notions and that fear regarding these messages will go a long way in, well, receiving them and being able to incorporate them into our everyday. I encourage my friends, my students, my clients to take small baby steps. You don't need those leap of faiths. You don't need to jump in head first, because that brings in even more fear, resistance, and then stagnation. Let's go into some blessings. What blessings does Mercury Retrograde have for my Smoky Quartz friends? Woman holding a heart. First thing that catches my attention, the 44th card. We have the Four of Swords. In angel messages, when you have that multiple four, the angels are telling you that this is a time to build up your foundations. Bring in that grounding energy so that you are able to flourish, so you are able to see the growth that you're looking for. Now, woman holding a heart, obviously we are looking at that heart-centered energy. It is really important that we take things with a grain of salt. We need to believe that people are coming from that heart-centered space so that, well, when things are said and it may be taken out of context, instead of jumping to conclusions, we're able to take that deep breath and say, is this what you meant? We kind of put our heart a little bit extended out so that we're not going to react. That reaction causes conflict and more, well, challenges in our day. And reminding ourselves that people are coming from a place of love and caring, will help us be able to use those critical thinking skills that will take us further and help us out more in, well, using those skills, using those abilities, and understanding what others are trying to share. Goddess of the Moon, that nurturing, divine feminine energy is, well, going to help and go a long way with that rest and rejuvenation. Taking that time for self, caring and nurturing for self, well, it strengthens us, makes us feel good, and raises our vibration, helping us to understand and see these messages, these opportunities that are right in front of us. Additionally, as we're exiting Mercury Retrograde on the 31st of October, we have a blue moon. They're rarer of a moon, they're not seen as often. However, when they do come in, it is fantastic. They add in that extra oomph and boost of this divine feminine into our month. And this year, it happens to fall on Halloween, the day that the veil is on its thinnest. Taking that time and using it to our advantage. Not only can we receive that guidance from the high vibrational beings and our passed on loved ones, we have that nurturing divine feminine moon where we can embrace the energies and, well, added guidance. Using all these aspects and pieces to give us that direction that we need, that encouragement that we crave, to have the strength to move forward on a path that is going to be more meaningful and, of course, more abundant. And finally, Angel of Love. That loving, nurturing energy, not only of the divine feminine, of course with the angels, well, that goes a long way. All three of these cards are connected in to that loving, nurturing energy, really reinforcing that message of rejuvenation and love. That love-centered space goes a long way with dealing with people and, well, trying to express what is really important to you. Of course, when you're looking at Angel of Love, the one angel that I think of right away, of course, would be Archangel Chamuel. Helps us strengthen and connect into that loving energy, and especially that love energy for self. I did a meditation with him. Well, it was probably one of the first ones I did. I know Raphael was the very first one, but I think Chamuel was right after him. Another tool that you can use to your advantage to overcome not only Mercury Retrograde and embrace this energy, some of that interpersonal skills and challenges that we're going to face. We should not turtle ourselves or cocoon ourselves during Mercury Retrograde. We just need to use those skills and abilities that have served us so well. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what Mercury Retrograde wants to share with you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page. I know lots of people have them, and of course I've got lots of fantastic tiers and perks. And those perks, you're looking at free readings and healings. Additionally, I also have a Patreon exclusive library of videos that I have just for my supporters. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Smoky Quartz friends. Hello and welcome, my Tiger Iron friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what Mercury Retrograde wants to share with my Tiger Iron friends. What wisdom, knowledge, insight, and guidance does Mercury Retrograde have for my Tiger Iron friends? Justice, the 11th card in the Major Arcana. That balance of right and wrong, light and dark. Like I said in the introduction, Mercury Retrograde may be a challenge. However, there are still many blessings and opportunities that we can embrace. And we can strengthen many skills and abilities because we're challenging ourselves in new ways. The Justice card, well, it's a right or wrong card. It helps to bring in that right and reduce that wrong. Balancing out that low vibration with high. Many of us are stuck in that lower vibrational energy because of the challenges that 2020 has brought in, adding complexities to our already individual and everyday challenge. We need to raise that vibration, releasing some of that buildup, some of that gunk that we've stored within ourselves, bringing in that light, that love, and that fulfillment that we so crave right now, that will help us and encourage us forward. Justice brings in her sword of truth and knowledge, and is going to help you cut that away. The same is true with Mercury Retrograde. We have that opportunity to bring in that light, rejuvenating us and inspiring us. Or we can stay where we're at, that stagnant, stuck space that will inevitably bring in the tower where we no longer have that choice. The universe will kick us into the right space. Personally, I like it when I have that free will still, and I'm able to make the choices and take those steps at a rate that I feel comfortable with. The King of Pentacles. Such a fantastic card, especially right beside the Justice. We've got Midas Touch himself. The King of Pentacles talks about that abundance. We need to embrace this balance, raise our vibration so that abundance, well, it increases. There's more of it, and you start to see and nurture other abundant aspects in our lives that we've been ignoring. We've been so focused in on that gunk and stuckness that we've missed out. The King of Pentacles can help us to connect into it. Raising that vibration helps us to see opportunities and possibilities that weren't in our scope of reality. And when we can start to embrace those opportunities, we start to bring in more abundance. Things start to flow our way. Pieces and aspects slide into place, and we're rewarded for our hard work. The Knight of Cups. Knights are that no fear energy. And let's face it, we're going to need that no fear energy. Mercury Retrograde, 2020, and our ego, they've caused a lot of challenges for us. So we will need that very solar plexus, very courageous, very determined energy to support us forward. Now we also have it as a Knight of Cups. That cup, we're looking at that intuition, that emotion, that guidance from the high vibrational beings and our higher self will help to raise our head above this stagnant veil of illusion and uncertainty that we're dealing with. It's only going to thicken with Mercury retrograde, giving us that higher point, that higher stance. That's where, like I said, those opportunities and possibilities become very prevalent and very easy to embrace. That intuitional support will go a long way in helping us also sidestep some of those challenges that Mercury retrograde is going to bring forward, is going to amplify. With that guidance, we'll know how to overcome them with greater ease. One of the ways that we're going to find the challenges of Mercury retrograde easier to endure is using that intuitive energy. Staying in that high vibration, using our critical judgment and reflective skills to look at what's happening, rather than reacting in our ego's response. Taking that deep breath, opening ourselves up for that guidance, and checking in, using those amazing critical thinking and assessment skills that we all have. Some of us have used them more than others, so some of us need a little bit extra work and time with sharpening those skills. But checking in and ensuring you heard what they meant. And then also when you're communicating with people, ensuring that they heard what you meant. It's an easy tool to use and incorporate into your everyday during Mercury retrograde and beyond, so that you ensure that people are hearing what you really need to share and you're understanding what they need to share with you. Communication is a two-way street, and really important that we revitalize, rejuvenate, and strengthen those skills. The Hanged Man. The 12th card in the Major Arcana. Of course, he's the let it go guy. Letting go of those preconceived notions, those ideas that are really holding us back. Being open not only to the guidance of the high vibrational beings, but opening ourselves up and truly listening to what people need to share with us. Being open to that information, whether or not that information contradicts what we believe or what we think is important. Being open to it, listening to it, and then evaluating if that information is for your greater good, or is it information that isn't important to you. You need, of course, that guidance and support of the high vibrational beings to, make that decision. They have that bigger picture perspective, whereas we're in the front line, we can't see that. That guidance, that support, it's critical. Helps us understand where we're going, and that trust that we have when we let go, we can trust in the high vibrational beings, knowing that the universe and those amazing beings, they want the best for us. They want to support us in living the life that we signed up for. When we trust in them and their guidance, even if it feels kind of scary and it's aggravating our ego, it can be still in our greater good. That's why I encourage people to take those baby steps. Slow, progressive steps gives the universe that opportunity to reward you and slide things into place so it's easier. That is how the universe works. When things are going our way, that's when we know whatever it is we're looking at is meant to be. For what should and is meant to be will be. Trusting in our universe, trusting in that guidance and support is essential. Now there's a meditation that comes to mind, especially during Mercury Retrograde. It's a meditation that I did with Archangel Gabriel. It was many months ago. I actually think it was at the beginning of the last Mercury Retrograde in the summer, where I looked at that communication, strengthening and working on communication with that physical support team and our spiritual. It's an amazing meditation that can support you and give you an extra leg up. If you've done that meditation, don't worry, you can revisit it. It's a free meditation that will always support you in going forward. I have a link below, and there should be a little tag in the corner there that you can click on to link yourself to that playlist and to that meditation. It's really helpful to use those tools that are right at hand to support us in, well, whatever it is we're trying to achieve. That's why I have both my meditation playlists to give you tools and to give you that healing guidance that is so essential for us in this lifetime. And finally, the Ten of Cups. Such a beautiful card. Of course, with the Ten of Cups, well, you're looking at a family card. There's a couple of them, and they're both tens. The Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. That family support, well, it's going to be essential. They've been with you, well, since day one, and are going to end with you. Different generations of family supporting you, encouraging you, helping you to achieve what it is you've set out to. Now, the Ten of Cups doesn't only talk about that family on the physical plane. Again, we have that cup, that intuition, that guidance. Our astral family is going to play a pivotal role for us in October. As that veil thins, our ability to communicate with our passed on loved one, they're going to increase. That ability is going to be easier because that veil thins. We can use that again to our advantage for that guidance and that much needed support. I'm going to add in more supportive videos through my Just You and Me series throughout October to help strengthen that connection and help you really connect in and tap into this amazing thinning of the veil and your ability to connect in with those passed on loved ones and high vibrational beings. There is a card in the corner that will help you to that playlist, and I also have a link below to the same playlist, giving you those tools that will help you to, well, not only connect in, but also to overcome those challenges that we're facing. They're everyday tools that will strengthen and support you. We're going to end off on some blessings. What blessing does Mercury Retrograde have? Whoop! Oh, sure, that one ended under the table. For my Tiger Iron friends. I do ask that they keep it on the table. However, there we go. I don't always receive what I want. They try. I won't lie, they do try. Broken heart. Doesn't seem much of a blessing. however it actually is. It's encouraging you not to allow your ego to take hold, to amplify that heartache and that fear, slowing down this amazing connection, balance, and enlightenment. We have that ability for great abundance. However, we have to work at it. No one's going to hand it to us, as much as we'd love that. And on the other hand, we would take it for granted. We wouldn't appreciate the abundance like we do when we achieve it, when we work hard at it. What this blessing is encouraging you to do is to overcome that pain, overcome that heartache, and embrace all these amazing opportunities and energies that Mercury Retrograde is offering you. When you use what's right at hand to your advantage, that's when amazing blessings and miracles happen. Angel of Strength. Such a fantastic card. Of course, very much connected into the Strength card, where you're using your natural skills and abilities to tame that beast, to overcome that challenge. You're using them in ways that are all your own. And you don't have to try and reinvent the wheel here, guys. We have that ability to connect in, receive that guidance, to amplify our natural abilities and skills. We already hold the answers. We just need to unlock them. Archangel Uriel is fantastic at doing that. I did a meditation with him a number of months ago, and that's what we looked at. Using our natural skills and abilities, incorporating it with that courage and inner flame, inspiring you to move forward. And that's a big piece with Mercury Retrograde. We have that innate feeling to cocoon ourselves and turtle and hide away because it's going to be hard. Like I said, sometimes when we have to work at stuff, we appreciate it more. And that's exactly what occurs during Mercury Retrograde. We're able to strengthen and revitalize and rethink our skills and abilities and try and use them in unique and amazing ways. Probably a card that kind of sums up Mercury Retrograde. Patience. Patience with self. Patience with others. Like I said, we can't just jump to conclusions. We can't use that ego-centered space in trying to determine and navigate Mercury Retrograde. We'll find ourselves in trouble. When we have the patience for others, believing that they're coming from, well, a space of love and light, it gives us a different edge and a different energy to determine exactly what's happening, using those assessment skills, understanding what it is they're trying to share, and making sure they understand what you're trying to share. Patience will help to overcome those challenges, helps us stay out of that heartache and fear, helps us to maintain that high vibration so that we're able to access and see those opportunities that are all around us. We just don't take the time to acknowledge them and explore them. It's going to be an essential part of what Mercury Retrograde and 2020 is going to teach us, is how to slow down and explore these opportunities, ensuring that things are for our best and greatest good. I want to thank you so much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and that you're able to gain some insight and direction into what Mercury Retrograde wants to share with you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page. I know lots of people have them. And of course, I've got lots of amazing tiers and perks. And those perks, we're looking at free readings and healings. Additionally, I have a Patreon exclusive library of videos just for my supporters. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Tiger Iron friends,